Hi, I'm Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning. Where do we come from? What went wrong with the world? How can we be saved from the mess we're in? How we answer these three questions forms our worldview, with enormously serious and sometimes even comical consequences. Just recently I read a Wall Street Journal article and I could hardly keep from laughing. It was all about ongoing attempts to find signs of intelligent extraterrestrial life. The author reports that for 50 years, scientists have been listening for radio waves that some distant civilization could have sent out. No luck there. So the author wrote that maybe we're looking in the wrong place. After all, if aliens once visited Earth, they could have left us messages. But where? Well, I'd have to read you the actual article, because otherwise you're going to think I'm making this up. Here's what the author said. If aliens or their robotic surrogates long ago wanted to leave us a message, they need not have used radio waves. They could have uploaded the data into junk DNA of terrestrial organisms. It would be the modern equivalent of a message in the bottle, with the message being encoded digitally in nucleic acid and the bottle being a living, replicating cell. Whew, I get it. Extraterrestrials brought life to Earth. Well, I guess this is as good as the late Carl Sagan's hypothesis that the building blocks of life, things like amino acids and maybe even DNA, fell out of the sky some 4 billion years ago, transported by comets. Why all the fuss about intelligent life beyond Earth? Well, it goes back to worldview. In this case, the naturalist worldview cannot tolerate the notion that God, or any intelligence, created life. For them, life has to be the result of purely natural forces, and ultimately chance. Somewhere, somehow, the right amount of energy was applied to the right mix of chemicals, and poof, life came to be on Earth. Of course, as scientists like Stephen Meyer have shown, given what we now know about the complexity of the stuff of life, like the DNA code, the mathematical probability of such an event is literally beyond astronomical. And all efforts to research, explain, and recreate life emerging from the primordial soup have failed. So with all the odds against them, naturalists must hope that life originated somewhere out in space, among all the billions and billions of stars and planets, and then somehow came here, maybe as cosmic dust. But the author of the journal piece tipped his hand. Discovering life in space, he writes, would represent a powerful symbol of hope for mankind. And there you have it. Every human being needs hope. Hope that our lives mean something. But if the naturalist is correct and no God exists, we humans are just a byproduct of chance. This is a worldview without meaning and utterly without hope. So the naturalist, needing hope, probes the heavens to find signs of intelligent life in outer space. And these are self-defined intellectuals? These are people who look down on Christians and mock our faith? Whose worldview is a delusion? If it weren't so sad, it would indeed be comical. With this week's 2-Minute Warning, I'm Chuck Colson.